Hi, Hop, my baby Hop. You see, up to now, I still call you my baby Hop whenever I talk about you to my friends. In times that I feel so lonely over here, just like now, I'm fond of remembering the happy things about you and about your brothers and sisters. I take this opportunity to take back some of my happy moments with you. Well, my memories of you almost always center on your early childhood, where you gave me too much joy and happiness. Too bad there was no Facebook or YouTube by then that could have shown how fond were your mama, me, and your Uncle Jiddo to have you around. Kaya bago ka nga isinilang, we were so excited that your Uncle Jiddo and me detailedly cleaned and sanitized the house na para bang may titirang prinsesa sa bahay. Let's start when you were still an infant. I remember you lying in your front atop my thumb and chest. Kadto bang nakataog ka sa akong tiyan. You would sleep in such position lentily and contentedly until I was close to sleeping. And I also did such subsequently to all your brothers and sisters. Probably it was one of the factors where you became too close to your dad. Your mom and I were actually puzzled that when I told you that I would be away for field work and that I will be leaving the following day, you will develop fever by the same night I told you. This happened for so many times. That is why I had to shorten my travel period every time. The funny thing is that it similarly happened to your siblings. Also, according to your mama, you were uneasy during the nights whenever I were away, and she needed to put a used shirt of mine next to you to make you more comfortable. In February 1989, when your late younger brother Al died, I saw how capable you are in giving too much love and care. I saw you crying and stomping the ground and yelling words of concern and pain while your brother was being buried in Manila. I cannot believe that those words were coming from a 4 years old sister. Your uncles and aunties and the people around you told me that they were moved with your words and expressions. Now for the lighter side, they still remember the compulsory 5 kisses. From kindergarten to grade 5, it was your absolute rule for me to kiss you 5 times whenever I bring you to school or whenever you wanted to. There were only 2 or 3 times that you did not let me kiss you because may tampo ka noon sa daddy. So, I had to kiss you in your forehead and in your chin and both sides of your faces and also dito sa ilong. Uh, at the tip of your nose. Even if I told you na dalaga ka na or your schoolmates will tease you, you would still insist and threaten me that you will not go to your classroom if I will not kiss you first. You will blast with joy after the kisses. But don't you know that I was more happier than you? Or do you still remember the various supportive points? Remember that when you were still in the elementary grades and when you wanted to buy something for you would save from your allowances and sell candies to your classmates and likewise save the profit. Then you will ask me to go to the store to buy your stuff. You will hand over to me the bunch of saved coins and then I will pay for the balance. You were too nice, Miss Businesswoman. Do you remember your Auntie Hinhin accompanying you to your kindergarten school? Babe ka naman daw with konting kakulitan minsan. And I wish you won't forget nung namimingwit tayo sa fish pond, nung nasa dito kalan pa tayo, and that namingwit tayo before breakfast, before I went to work. Ako ang tagalagay ng pain at napakasaya mo noon, especially if you caught 2 pieces of tilapia at the time. Mapuno ang kaldero sa huling natin. In your 6th grade, I asked you to study in Catanduanes. I wanted you to know my roots. I wanted you to feel the love of your grandmother, your uncles, your aunts and relatives. That was the first pain that I felt about you. It was very hard for me and for your mama for you to be away for more than 10 months. But it is worth it, isn't it? You became closer to them and lalo ka naging mabuot na aki. Then, when you graduated, you told me that you wanted to work soon as you could, help me and your siblings, and also to repay me with my sacrifices. Do you remember what I answered back to you? I said that I will be thankful if you would help, but it is not your obligation and that you need not repay me because you already give me too much joy and happiness since your childhood. So hope I thank you and everybody for being considerate to the difficulties in our life and for being considerate that malayo ko para mapag-aral kayo. I am thankful that you were straight in your studies and work. I'm happy with your achievements. I'm very happy with the greetings, the greeting cards, the calls, the instant messages, the emails and the text messages, particularly the religious notes you sent as well as those sent by your brothers and sisters while I'm very far from you. Of course, I do have a lot more memories about you, Anak, but for now I want to limit to only one more attribute. And what could the significant one could be? Would you mind trying to make a guess? Unsa ka? Plainly, you were very secretive in one aspect. At naisan mo si Daddy. All the while I was thinking that you started your relationship after you graduated in your 2 courses, say about after 2003. Yung pala, nasa high school pa lang, may BF for life ka na. Literally best friend for life. I bet it was probably as early as in your second year high school because I saw Jiddo then discreetly running from the backyard to the side of the house. And if you remember, I did not confront you. I just waited in vain for you to tell me. If you had told me earlier, it could be more easier for your relationship. Or maybe, just maybe, your relationship could already be over as you might not get too much acquainted with each other. So at least your love with each other matured and both of you were able to harbor the problems and painful spices and love relationship. And for Jiddo, honestly, I have my full respect to Jiddo. He's a very respectable gentleman. I consistently heard praises from all my kids, from my wife Tata, and from my mother, and from my mother-in-law. His personality simply shows he's very good at bringing from a very good family. In particular, I am very proud of Jiddo and of Jiddo's family in general. I am honored that Jiddo's family will be a part of our life. Jid, I know you love my daughter much, otherwise you already quit long time ago. You know that my baby Hope has particular attitude. Well, nobody's perfect anyway. Maybe I should be partly blamed for such, since I were away for 8 years now, and probably since I'm not a perfect dad either. As a family, then, we will help each other to iron out problems and trials, especially in the early stage in marriage. And a last word for you, Hope. From now on, please quit giving headaches to Jiddo. Congratulations to both of you, my new son Jiddo and my baby Hope. Oh, I wish I could have an apple of my own very soon. My best wishes for Mr. and Mrs. Jiddo and Hope Miranda. I'm very sorry I'm not around in this very important occasion. Lastly, I wish to express my thanks and appreciation for the presence of my mother Duding from Bicol, my brother Pio II, my brother Pio V, my mother-in-law, our relatives, my brother-in-law Lolong, my sisters-in-law Tess and Juliet. To the family of Jid and relatives, friends, and to all who are present to witness the wedding ceremony, thank, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.